Welcome back to Superbly Said, Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
And just a quick note, this content is all from a SpeakDuo lesson. It's really designed to help you speak with more precision.
Exactly. And if you want to practice what you learn with us here, you can check them out at SpeakDuo.com.
Yeah, you can meet people from all over the world who are practicing English on video calls. It's a great way to build confidence.
Okay, so today we're really focusing on elevating your language, moving from just being competent to, being truly compelling.
Right. We're going to dive into 8 really high-impact terms. The idea is to understand the nuance, the power behind them.
Let's start with a word that's all about movement. Trajectory.
Ah, a good one.
So we define trajectory as the path followed by an object or, more often, the direction a situation is developing in. A pretty standard example would be something like, the new manager changed the trajectory of the company from failure to success.
Right. And the key thing with trajectory is that you have to look beyond just direction. It's more than that. It needs momentum.
Momentum? Okay.
Yeah, the problem with just saying path or direction is that those words are they're static.
They're just pointing somewhere.
Exactly. A direction is where you're facing, but a trajectory, that implies a curve over time, a projection. It suggests there are forces at play and, a real sense of measurable progress.
I see. So it's a dynamic curve. That's the critical part. So how could we use this in, say, a professional context? Give us an example.
Okay, think about a job interview. The interviewer would ask, are you happy with the current trajectory of your career, or do you want to change paths?
And using that word back in your answer would sound pretty sophisticated.
It really would. You could say, I am happy with the trajectory, but I hope it moves a bit faster next year. You're not just talking about the direction, but the speed and the scope of your journey.
That's a very powerful way to use it. Okay, our second term is about gradual revelation, to unfold. So to unfold means to happen or develop gradually. It's usually for events or stories, complex situations.
Right.
For instance, we sat in silence and watched the drama unfold on the news.
Yeah, and to unfold really implies this process, where layers are being revealed over time. It suggests the outcome is kind of complex or maybe not clear at the start. If something happened, it's immediate. It's a single event. But when something unfolds, we're sort of waiting for the next piece of the story. It's developmental.
So it's an active development, not just something passive. So how would an advanced speaker use this in a normal conversation?
You could use it when you're talking about plans or the lack of them. Like, do you like to plan your weekends in detail or do you let them unfold naturally?
That's a great example.
And the answer really shows that relaxed feeling of the verb. I prefer to let the weekend unfold naturally. Planning everything just feels like work. The word itself just communicates that patience.
I like that. Okay, next, let's look at a term with some real destructive force. To shatter.
Ooh, a strong one.
To shatter means to break or cause something to break suddenly and violently into pieces. It's very often used metaphorically.
Yes.
Like, the bad news shattered his dreams of becoming a pilot.
And when you choose to use to shatter instead of just to break, you are really emphasizing the severity and the sudden violence of it all.
It's much stronger.
Much stronger. Break can be simple. You can fix it. A broken glass, a broken pencil. But shatter, you should really save that for emotional, metaphorical damage, hopes, confidence. It implies total demolition.
Irreversible.
Exactly. Irreversible.
That intensity is perfect for more evocative language. What's a good, relatable context for using shatter?
Well, think about its emotional weight. You could ask someone, has a movie ever shattered your heart because it was so sad?
That is so much more powerful than made you sad.
It is. And a perfect answer that really locks in this meaning would be,
Yes, watching The Lion King shattered my heart when I was a child. It just captures that feeling of complete emotional wreckage.
Moving from external events to our own thoughts. Our fourth term is to dwell on something.
Something we probably all do too much.
I think so. So, to dwell on means to keep thinking about something bad or unpleasant, usually obsessively.
You hear it in advice all the time.
Right.
Don't dwell on that one mistake. You did a great job overall.
Yeah, and to dwell on has this really negative feel to it. The sense of fixation or rumination, that's just not productive.
Unlike just to think about.
Exactly. To think about can lead to solving a problem. To dwell on suggests you're stuck in a negative, circular thought loop that isn't going anywhere. It's unhealthy.
The nuances in that negative implication. Okay, how can we make that really clear with an example?
Let's use a very vivid, hypothetical scenario. Imagine asking someone, if you trip and fall in public, do you laugh it off or dwell on it for the next 3 years?
I know which one I do.
Me too, and the answer just captures that obsessive loop. I dwell on it. I will remember exactly what shoes I was wearing and never wear them again. That's dwelling.
That is the perfect definition. Okay, word number 5 is about decisions that don't have a clear reason. Arbitrary. We define arbitrary as chosen randomly without a specific reason or rule. For example, the choice of team colors seemed completely arbitrary.
Right. And the real power of arbitrary over a word like random is that it often implies a decision was made by some authority.
Okay.
And that it lacks a rational basis. It can even have a slightly critical tone. Random is just unpredictable, but arbitrary suggests the decision-maker didn't have a good reason.
So it adds a bit of weight, a bit of critique to the randomness.
We need an example that really highlights that personal, unsupported rule structure.
Okay, you can use it in the context of personal rules that make no sense. Do you have an arbitrary rule for food, like no pineapple on pizza?
A classic arbitrary rule.
It is.
And the answer could be, yes, my arbitrary rule is that I never mix sweet and salty food together. That choice is random and completely unsupported by logic. It's arbitrary.
I love that. Okay, our 6th term is an aspirational one, to emulate.
Yes.
To emulate means to try and copy someone, but specifically because you admire them. A great example is with family. Small children often try to emulate their older siblings.
Right, and here's the key difference from a word like to imitate. To emulate implies you are striving to equal or even surpass the person.
So it's not just copying.
Not at all. You're focusing on their admirable qualities. Imitation can be superficial. It can even be mocking. But emulate conveys genuine respect and aspiration.
The core message is that drive, that aspiration. So give us a fun, concrete context for this.
We can go back to our personal history for this one. You could ask, did you try to emulate a specific celebrity's hairstyle when you were a teenager?
I think we all did.
We all did, and the answer shows that drive. Yes, I tried to emulate David Beckham's hair, but it looked terrible on me. The attempt, even if it failed, was fueled by that admiration.
Our 7th word is one you hear a lot in management or negotiations. To overlook. To overlook means to ignore a fault or something annoying, and it's often a deliberate choice. A transactional example might be, I can overlook the mess in the kitchen if you cook dinner.
Right, and to overlook suggests a conscious choice, usually by someone in a position of authority or judgment, to temporarily tolerate a mistake.
Which is more nuanced than just to ignore.
Much more. Ignoring something can just be avoidance. Overlooking is an act of conditional tolerance. You see the fault, but you choose not to act on it for a specific reason.
So it implies power and choice. How does this apply in a context where, standards are really high?
Well, let's talk about precision itself. Can you overlook a typo in a text message, or do you have to correct it?
Ah, a controversial topic.
A very controversial one. And a good answer would be, I can't overlook it. I am the annoying person who always corrects grammar.
I know a few of those. Okay, finally, our 8th term describes that incremental growth of things. To accumulate. To accumulate means to gather or acquire an increasing number of things over time. A simple domestic example, dust tends to accumulate quickly under the furniture if you don't clean often.
Yeah, and the focus with to accumulate is on that increase over time, and often the passive gathering of things.
Right, unlike the active verb to gather.
Exactly. Gathering can be a single intentional act. You gather flowers. But accumulation is this ongoing process of growth in volume, whether it's physical stuff or abstract things like data or wealth.
It's that slow, passive increase. Okay, give us a general habit question that uses that sense of growth.
How about this? Do you accumulate useless things thinking you might need them later?
I definitely do.
I think we all do. And the answer is just perfect. Yes, I have a drawer full of random cables that I will probably never use again. They weren't gathered all at once, they accumulated over time.
That perfectly sums it up. Okay, that wraps up our deep dive on these 8 words. Now let's test your recall and see if you can lock in the meaning.
All right, we're moving into a quick quiz. This is your chance to apply this vocabulary and try to remember the context we discussed, not just the definition.
Starting with trajectory.
Question 1. In the phrase, the new manager changed the trajectory of the company. What does trajectory mean? Is it option A, the velocity of implementation, option B, the path or development, or option C, the historical background? Feel free to pause the critique here if you need a moment to think, and the answer is option B. Trajectory means the path or direction of development. Remember we talked about a career path and hoping it moves a bit faster?
Next up, to unfold.
Question 2. What's the meaning of unfold in the sentence, we watched the drama unfold on the news? Is it option A, to happen or develop gradually? Option B, to stop suddenly? Or option C, to become complicated? Go ahead and pause here if you need to think about the answer. The answer is option A. To unfold means to happen or develop gradually. It's like those layers being revealed over time, like letting your weekend plans just develop naturally.
Question 3, this one is about to shatter.
What does it mean when bad news shattered someone's dreams? Is it option A, delayed temporarily? Option B, violently broken into pieces? Or option C, slowly faded away? Feel free to pause if you need a moment. The answer is B. To shatter means violently broken into pieces. It has that destructive, irreversible force, like we talked about with that sad movie, The Lion King.
Okay, now for to dwell on.
Question 4. In the advice, do not dwell on that one mistake. What does dwell on mean? Is it option A, think about unpleasant things obsessively, option B, depend on someone, or option C, fix a problem immediately? You can pause here if you'd like to think about it. The answer here is A. To dwell on is to think about unpleasant things obsessively. It's that unproductive circular thought process, like remembering the exact shoes you wore when you tripped in public.
We're halfway through. Question 5 is on arbitrary.
If the choice seemed completely arbitrary, what kind of choice was it? Was it option A, strictly planned, option B, random without reason, or option C, mutually agreed? Go ahead and pause the critique here if you need to think. The answer is option B. Arbitrary means random without reason. And remember, it often implies that critical lack of rationale, like your personal rule about not mixing sweet and salty food.
Next, to emulate.
Question 6. What do children do when they try to emulate their siblings? Is it option A, copy someone out of admiration, option B, mock someone playfully, or option C, avoid someone? Feel free to pause here and think about the answer. The correct answer is A. To emulate is to copy someone out of admiration. It has that sense of aspiration, of wanting to be as good as them, like trying to get that celebrity hairstyle.
Just 2 left. Question 7 is about to overlook.
If you say, I can overlook the mess this time, what do you mean by overlook? Is it option A, inspect closely? Option B, ignore a fault deliberately? Or option C, see from a distance? Pause here if you need a second. The answer is B. To overlook is to ignore a fault deliberately. It implies that conscious choice to temporarily tolerate something, like whether you can stand seeing a typo in a text message.
And finally, question 8, which covers to accumulate.
What happens when dust tends to accumulate quickly? Does it option A, scatter away, option B, gather or increase over time, or option C, hide from sight? Feel free to pause one last time if you need to think about it. And the answer is option B. To accumulate means to gather or increase over time. It emphasizes that passive, slow growth, just like that drawer full of random cables.
Excellent work. So today, the main thing was moving past simple synonyms. It's about picking the word that communicates the entire scope of what you mean.
Exactly. We saw how trajectory implies momentum, how shatter implies something is irreversibly destroyed, and how arbitrary suggests a kind of unjustified bias.
These are really the high-level tools you need to speak with genuine precision and confidence.
And the best way to make these stick is to try and integrate them into your daily conversations.
And you can reinforce this right now, actually. Just check your email for the daily quiz and review that's based on this critique.
And if you're serious about speeding up your progress, we really do recommend SpeakDuo Pro. Pro members get unlimited sessions and personalized AI feedback that's designed to fast-track your speaking.
It's usually $18 a month, but right now you can get a 30% discount on a 6-month plan.
Just head over to the SpeakDuo site to get started.
Thank you for joining us for this critique. Please leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed learning how to speak superbly with us.
Bye-bye!